This is the world's most popular electric standing desk. But does UPLIFT Desk live up to the hype, and is it worth its hefty price tag? Let's find out. I've gone through a lot of cheap desks and tables, but I realized that since I spend at least a third of my life working from home, I owe it to myself to finally invest in a high quality desk. Not just to have something that looks and feels better. An electric standing desk would allow me to change positions, stretch out a bit, use my walking treadmill, and hopefully get more work done. But I wasn't sure exactly what brand to go with, so I did what I do best and went deep down a Reddit rabbit hole, reading standing desk reviews of all the most popular brands. The general consensus seemed to be, if you've got the budget for it, UPLIFT Desk is the way to go. So I started looking into the brand a little bit, and all the trust signals I typically look for before featuring or trying a brand out were looking really good. Fortunately, I found out that UPLIFT Desk is actually based in Austin, and they've got a showroom just down the road from me, so I swung by. But before I start glazing about my time at Willy Wonka's Desk Factory, let me assure you, not everything about these desks is perfect, and there are some things I wish I knew before buying mine, so be sure to stick around to make good choices. But if you do decide to buy anything from UPLIFT Desk, I'll drop a link down below that I'll keep updated with their best current deal, which right now I think includes a bunch of really cool freebies, and using this link will also help support the channel, which I always appreciate. But if you live in Austin or Chicago where UPLIFT Desk has showrooms, forget about my link, just go check out their desks in person, because looking at the options online honestly doesn't do justice to seeing in person just how many different styles and configurations there are. Their whole ecosystem of products and accessories is just a lot of fun. They've got tons of add-ons to customize and personalize your entire workstation, and just walking around the showroom, I was getting the feel-good brain chemicals like a kid in a candy store. But I did feel a little bit overwhelmed with all my options, so I didn't make my purchase right then and there. I went home, slept on it for a bit, and when I was ready, I started to custom configure my perfect setup on their website. Pretty much the first thing you've got to decide on is the size. Now this part was kind of tough for me because I've got a small space, but I went with the 60 by 24 inch, and I'm really happy I did that. It's not too wide, and the length gives me the space to really personalize my desk with some of the crazy add-ons you'll see later. Plus, the larger the desk you choose, the more additional goodies UPLIFT Desk will throw in for free, which just makes the checkout process a lot more fun. They do have different shapes if you need an L-shaped corner desk or something, but I didn't really dive into all that. I just kept it simple with the flagship V2 UPLIFT standing desk. Once you've nailed the size down, it's time to choose a color. I guarantee 90% of people watching this have better interior decorator skills than I do, so don't stress too much. But what I will say is that if you've got the budget for it, I would definitely avoid the cheaper laminate stuff. I just really hate laminate. I went with the Saman Butcher Block, and it's incredibly unique, and I absolutely love the way it looks and feels. There's just something really nice about feeling 1.5 inches of solid wood in your hands. I also thought some of the live edge stuff was gorgeous, but the one I was looking at with the epoxy wasn't compatible with grommets, which was a deal breaker for me. You'll also need to choose a frame type and color. I went with the V2C frame because I didn't want the T-frame to get in the way of other furniture while I moved it around, and I chose an industrial colored frame because I think it looks really nice with the Saman wood. I also got one pop-up power grommet, which is awesome. It pops up super smooth with 2 USB ports, a USB-C port, and 4 standard outlets. But I almost got 2 of these, and I'm really glad I didn't. I would not recommend getting 2. For my other grommet, I got a simple non-electric metal grommet, and I'm really glad I did this, because the power grommets actually come down a few inches below the desk, which can limit available space for other accessories. By staying standard for my second grommet, now I can run my laptop cord through it, and I saved space in the back to attach an 8-outlet power strip. And while we're on the topic, where UPLIFT Desk has really shined for me is with wire management. I personally have 12 functioning outlets, 2 USB ports, a USB-C port, my laptop charger, and an LED strip on my desk, which you might think would be a chaotic eyesore, but actually I only have 1 cord that needs to be plugged into the wall to power all of it. And I assure you, I am not the electrical engineer this is making me sound like. The included wire management kit was more than enough to keep all the wires secure and organized. I did go a little further by getting their ultimate wire management kit, but that was almost overkill, because the only thing I actually keep in this back pouch here is my laptop charger. I also chose the Advanced Comfort Plus keypad because I saw it was the most popular option, and I was afraid I might bump into or break the angled keypad. And I've got to say, this thing is really awesome. It lets you program up to 4 different custom positions, so you can just hit one number to have the desk go up to your favorite sitting height, then another to have it raise up to your preferred standing height. And I could program 2 more in there that I don't know what to do with yet. You can also program the desk to be more or less sensitive to resistance. So if you want to play it safe because you've got other things around the desk that the desk might bump into, you could make it so sensitive that it stops moving at the lightest touch. Or you could turn your sensitivity all the way down to make your UPLIFT desk lift up to 355 pounds. But one of the best moves I made was upgrading to casters, because even though this is 60 inches of solid wood and metal, it's super easy to roll around my entire home now. The only thing I might have done differently is gone with the heavy duty casters over the soft roll casters, but that's only to help the desk roll onto my rug more easily. The only accessories I really added to my order were some desk accessory hooks to hang my headphones under the desk and the slim desk drawer to keep writing supplies in. But since I got the 60-inch desk, I got 4 free goodies on top of this. I got a free rocker X board, which I added a comfort mat to just to kind of fidget around while standing. A free t-shirt that actually fits really nicely, but I didn't want to wear it for this video and look like a sellout. A free tablet stand, and a free clamp-on cup holder and mug. But there are other options for freebies if you prefer something else, like a clamp-on punching bag, koozies, a desk lamp, or even a full-on under-desk hammock. The one big caution I would give is that you don't go too crazy on accessories right away, because depending on the size of your desk, you could run out of space for them all. Because they got monitor arms, shelves, CPU holders, storage cubbies, keyboard trays, and just like anything you could imagine. So just make sure that you leave some space to push your chair in. I'd also recommend being cautious and treating the desk with care if you have one made of real wood. I haven't had any issues yet, but I'd be pretty heartbroken if I did get any water stains or heat marks on mine. So maybe just invest in like a cheap desk mat just to be safe. So what's my final verdict on UPLIFT Desk? Are they worth it? Well, first off, if you're thinking about getting one yourself, I'll drop a link down below that I'll keep updated with the best current deal and where you can get a bunch of extra free goodies with your purchase. But I really do try not to be overly enthusiastic about the products I review because I never want to be selling something to you guys. I only ever want to connect the right people to the right tech products for them. So let me be super clear here. UPLIFT desks are not for everyone. You can definitely find cheaper desks if you just need something basic to plop your laptop down on. Yet, if you've got the budget for it, UPLIFT desks are definitely worth the money. 100% honestly and authentically, I love this desk, and I really can't imagine switching to another brand now. I love the sturdiness of the whole desk, the quality of the wood, the flawless cable management system that lets me easily roll my whole workstation around, and just the entire ecosystem of compatible accessories the brand has created. It's exceeded my expectations for sure, and I have no problem recommending it to anyone who's in the market for a premium electric standing desk because I guarantee they're gonna love it. Otherwise, if you're curious about what chair I'm using with my UPLIFT desk, you can check out this video because I tried all the most popular ergonomic chairs, and this was my absolute favorite. It's done absolute wonders for my back and posture, so it's another super easy recommendation from me. Give it a watch. Yeah, right there.